Okay, good morning. Well, I am up and awake and doing pretty good. At 2:20 a.m. I've got up, I think it was around 1 o'clock. And I went out and opened up windows and did stuff like that. And then plopped down in the chair and to drink water, very thirsty. Still fighting the dehydration, and I do have a slight headache today. But boy, I sure had a little bit of a better night's sleep. Maybe I better say it that way. My night's sleep was a little bit better. Not perfect by any means, but it was a little bit of an improvement. Windows opened up. I don't have the living room window opened. And it's actually kind of chilly outside. It's cooling down really nicely. So, pretty happy about that. Alright, coffee brewing. As I said, I'm drinking quite a bit of water. Still some dehydration issues. And the headache issue. And while I was asleep here in the chair, I actually dreamed that I started drinking again today. And in my dream, I just had no hope, and I thought, oh, forget it, just get a beer. Well, I got tons of hope. Tons and tons of hope, so I don't know where a dream like that comes from, but I have got so much hope. I just gotta stick to my guns today. And I probably forgot to say that today is August the 9th, 2015. It is Sunday, and it is my Friday. And I can tell my coffee is ready. And here's my beer. Here is the beer. It's been in the fridge for the past 5 days. It's actually been out here for the past 2 days. 4 cans in there. Alright, my coffee's brewed. Let's get some coffee here. The reason the water's always running out here is I'm trying to just run it for a few minutes. I like a little bit of water in my coffee to cool it down so I can start drinking it. Alright. Alright. Well, yesterday the coffee didn't get rid of my headache, but today I think this probably will. I'm going to certainly give it a shot here. Alright. 5 days. Oh, down in the chair here. I'll check out some local news on this computer and watch something on this computer. 5 days without my booze. This is my 5th day. And I can't reiterate how much of a danger point this day is going to be for me. How much of a fight it is going to be to not drink on my Friday. I'm almost positive that once I get to work, I'll somehow start making plans to, well, I can drink one day this week. Just one day. I can do that. I can definitely do that. I almost guarantee I'm going to do that. But I have to stick to my guns on it. And say, nope. I can't drink. I'm an alcoholic. I can't have that 1 or 2 or 4 cans of beer. I can't do that. I just have to stick to the guns. So, it's going to be a fight, but I'm going to win it. By golly. So I may actually come back a time or two today. with the camera rather than waiting till tonight. It just depends. I am still sleepy. I feel like I could still sit here and nap. And I sometimes do that while I'm having coffee. I will sit here with nothing to do and sit here and doze off. Even with coffee, it's like the coffee helps me to do that. I start drinking it, it starts giving me a buzz, and the way coffee does, and then as I'm coming down off of it, I drift off to sleep. I can't explain it. I don't know that today's going to be one of those days, but sometimes I can just sit here and drink coffee and doze. So on Sundays, on my Friday, I don't have to be in really early, because sometimes I have to stay later in the day. Sometimes I might need to stay till close to 2 o'clock. Not always, but it just depends on, well, one of us really needs to. One of us has to. So if the other guy's got a lot to do and wants to stay, then I let him stay. But if he wants to take off, then if there's nothing to do, then there's no reason for two of us to be there. So basically that's that. So I'm usually heading out of here at about 5 in the morning on Sundays. And, I kind of hate it and that I have to stay later. And it kind of helps, unfortunately, to talk me into drinking. Because if I'm getting out of there that late, there's no time to come home and take a nap. So I might as well just come home and start drinking beer first thing. And yeah, I'll tell you, being an alcoholic, you spend hours a day just justifying and figuring out a way to allow yourself to drink. It's amazing. I wish I had a camera in my head so that you could sit here and hear every little detail that I go through in the morning time as I'm trying to figure out a way so I can drink. It's just part of the disease, I guess. My original idea, and then I'll wrap this up, when I started doing this, was to show everything that I do throughout the day when I drink. And that was my original idea. Well, some of that is very X-rated, to say the least. And usually this is usually the day that I'll drink. So the next day, Monday, is when I'm getting over my hangover. It can be a pretty X-rated day, to say the least. Well, if I start filming this, I realize I can't show or talk about all that stuff that I would normally be doing, of course. So I don't. Anyway, that was my original idea, was to just get down and dirty and show you just exactly what an alcoholic can do, and then show the reverse side, how I can be when I'm not drinking. Well, it hasn't really worked out the way I've wanted it to, because I wanted the camera to literally, physically follow me around, Actually not show my face. I've never wanted to show my face, or tell my name, or what part of the United States I live in, or what I do for a living, or where I live, or anything like that. I wanted to keep that personal and private. I would be willing to share it with somebody if you privately message me about that, and And even the details of the things I do when I'm drinking the X-rated things, I guess you'd say, I'd be willing to share those if you really, truly wanted to know. You'd have to message me about that. Anyway, so my original idea is literally that the camera follow me around like a camera crew throughout the day and watch me. Well, that's impossible to do unless I take and set cameras up, and then there would be a fantastic amount of editing and all that, and it would just be a huge chore. And so anyway, I don't know, I still would like to do that, but it's too late now since I'm sober already. But anyway, let's shut this thing off. So, gonna head off to work here a couple hours. In the meantime, I'm gonna unload this camera. It's on internal memory right now. It's gotta be getting pretty full. It's only an 8 gig card in the camera, or the memory's only 8 gig. And then I've got another 8 gig card, so that's not very much by today's standards for sure. So I feel like there's something else I should say, but I can't think of what it is. But if I do, I'll come back. So for now, we're gonna hang around here and then head off to work, and then keep fighting the good fight, and hopefully later on this afternoon have good news to report. Gonna stick to that. I'm gonna fight to not drink today. I need to fight. I need to fight. If I'm gonna do it, I need to stick to my guns on this thing. If I can make it through Sunday, make it through my Friday, I think I'm gonna be okay. Just one day at a time here. So anyway, that's it for now. We'll be back later on today.